Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to do a recap of Asia's session and talk about basically the thought process before entering the trades and then our entry model. So we had one break even trade, one full TP. Usually I tried like New York session. If you saw the last video, I did the breakdown on that one, and this one was a nice one session or one trade session. Asia was nearly a one trade session, but we hit break even, so that's why we have two trades. Also because there was two setups, right? But had we hit full TP on this one, I would have not traded this setup. But before we get into that, let's just start by why were we long going into Asia. So this low down here, if I'm not mistaken, I put it on the 15-minute chart. It was a 15-minute low that was never tapped. So some liquidity, right? We did sweep it right here around 11:39, and then market since there, it ended up just kind of, so I use a lot of market structure. You can see that it started making these higher highs, higher lows, which is a bullish sequence, of course. And on the way to its higher highs and higher lows, we had multiple setups validated. So 5-minute price imbalances, one there, one there. So we have, a somewhat important liquidity zone. It's not like an hourly level, so it's not as significant, but they still function the same in practice. I just kind of wait for more context if it's a level from, like, let's say a 15-minute level instead of an hourly level. So I really waited for market structure to kind of build a bullish sequence. And as you can see, price rebalanced into the 5-minute, expanded away from it, which validates this setup. We created a break of structure too. Second one rebalances into it, expands away from it. So I was looking for another gap like this, couldn't find one, and I had a little FOMO, didn't want to miss out on hopefully what was supposed to be a short-term uptrend, which did play out. But anyway, I found a 1-minute imbalance, a really small one. I rarely trade these, but the trend seemed pretty clear. We did inverse it and then reclose above. As soon as we got the closure above, I marketed in. So this was my entry right here at 616. And pretty much our targets were, originally it was this 5-minute gap fill because it put me just under 2R, which is generally a really good return for the way I like to trade. I think it's a great return. But we had this 1-hour gap fill, and looking now in hindsight, it's like I felt like I was being greedy because even though the hourly gap fill is a good draw, this was still a 2R and I should have been conservative. But hey, should have, would have, could have. Learned my lesson there. We got 3 points away and ended up break even. This was my break even zone after we created a higher high, another higher, and then broke that. So that was my break even. And yeah, it kind of sucks that one's it was so close to full TP, but it's okay. It happens. But real quick before I get into the next trade, just like in the morning's recap, we kind of first wait for price to tell us the short-term trend, or at least the probability is higher in one direction. So after seeing all this market structure build and respect these setups, I thought, you know what, we're going to try to catch a beats of this continuation. And that's kind of what happened there. As you can see, clearly all the sellers came in, took out a lot of this low resistance liquidity, invalidated all these setups. Can't deny that the sellers are in control. And usually when you have a nice big dump like this, the first bounce is usually just a small retrace for more continuation. Doesn't always happen, but more times than not it will. So for me, I'm willing to place my bets on that. There was some 5-minute gaps here that we didn't even go and rebalance, which said a lot about sellers being in control. So I used this 1-minute gap as an entry, and what I was waiting for was price to inverse it and then close beneath it. It didn't inverse it, but it did close beneath it displaceively. So I pretty much over here, I kind of decided I'm out of this trade. I'm not going to take it. Thankfully, buyers came in, got me to the price where I wanted to enter anyway. So it didn't skew our that much. And then, of course, my target was the low from Friday, the 13th. So that was pretty much the reason for that trade, was waiting for the trend, short-term trend, to be established, or at least that sellers are in control, and then simply an entry model. But yeah, it was This one was worth about 1,190. This one was about $11 after being a couple points in the money above break even. So I think on the day it's about 1,200 for these two, which is an awesome session. And yeah, that pretty much was the reasons for entry. Again, we established the trend, then place our bets, establish the short-term trend, place our bets with an entry model. Same entry model we use. If you haven't seen the system I like to trade on here on YouTube or on, I don't know, this is going to be on X too, but on the YouTube I have like a 7-hour backtest video where we go through like 21 different trades or 27 trades using the same exact system. So anyway, peace out, guys.